Right now at noon, Joplin firefighters see more green in their paychecks this year.
And we've got an almost spring-like day out there today. Temperatures already warming up. A few clouds building in. We'll tell you how warm it's going to get and about some possible rain chances coming up.
And a newly released map sparks a treasure hunt in the Netherlands.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The new year brings a bigger paycheck for Joplin first responders. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, an 11.2% increase for firefighters. The pay raise comes after an agreement between the Joplin Professional Firefighters Local 59 Union and the City Council. Chief Gerald Ezell says the increase will help hire an additional 14 firefighters and keep the ones they already have. The new hires would bring the department's total to 102 firefighters. The bump in pay started December 31st.
Yeah, I think the community here supports police and fire really well, which is important to us. You know, everybody on the fire department and the police department, I think, gives the best that they have every single day to provide for this community.
Firefighters aren't the only ones getting a pay raise. Police receive a 12% increase and other city employees get a 4% pay hike. The city of Joplin sets a goal to become more transparent to residents. On Monday, officials met for a work session where they laid out initiatives to allow residents and city employees to more easily access information. They also discussed a 5-year plan to tackle the issue. City leaders in Pittsburgh look to revitalize the downtown area, and they've turned to an iconic theater to help them do just that. Established in 1920, the Colonial Fox Theater was the heart of downtown Pittsburgh. Back then, Pittsburgh was bustling with immigrants and miners who enjoyed their free time socializing at the theater. In 1987, the Fox Theater closed its doors. However, by 2006, locals created a foundation to not only save it, but try to spark life back into downtown Pittsburgh. Since then, renovations are moving along and the future is bright.
We saved this from the wrecking ball, and we helped kickstart Block 22. So it was really the Colonial Fox that, you know, really started the whole downtown excitement.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't toot their own horn very often.
The next renovation for the Fox Theater will make use of the empty lot north of the theater, and that space will be used to bring the theater up to ADA standards. Well, if you ask for spring-like weather, you're getting your wish. Chris Warner joins us with a first look at the forecast.
Yeah, as if yesterday wasn't nice enough, today shaping up to be even better because we don't have a 30-mile-an-hour gust to go along with it, at least not right now anyway. MoDOT camera at I-44 and Rangeline, you can see the sun shining on the pavement, but we do have some increasing clouds out there. Taking a look at where we made it to yesterday, 64 yesterday for a high, starting the day at 32, just shy of our record of 69 set back in 1990. We're no danger of breaking any record lows, but you can see how far off from the normals we are. This is a 20-degree increase off of the normal high for this time of year, and the normal low, though, not that far off, but it's going to be even crazier as we head into this evening. Right now across the region, let's take a look at these mild temperatures. 51 Fort Scott, Iola, 50 48 Center, Neota, Shea, Parsons, and Chatopa, up to 56 in Miami, 59 in Neosho, 60 in Anderson, and in Joplin right now we're sitting at 58 degrees, and you can see those clouds out there starting to build in. South breeze at 6, so much calmer than it was yesterday. We still have a couple of 3 degrees to go for this afternoon, and as you can see, look at us going into the overnight hours. Temperatures do not drop off very rapidly. So now for the rest of today, we're still expected to make that high of 66 degrees. We'll be 65 by 2, 59 by 5, and down to only 52 by 8 with some increasing cloud cover. That increasing cloud cover is a hint at something that's changing as we head into tomorrow, and we'll break down your full forecast here in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Chris. A series of deadly storms hammers the West Coast, causing massive flooding and widespread power outages affecting tens of thousands of people. Around 90% of the state's residents began the day under flood watches. The state's rainfall average over the past several weeks has more than quadrupled. Several counties are under mandatory evacuation orders up and down the state. In Santa Cruz County, rivers have flooded neighborhoods and mud-soaked hillsides are tumbling down. Republican lawmakers are demanding answers after about 10 documents marked classified were found in an office space that President Biden used before he was elected. The documents come from his time as vice president. Deborah Alfarone has the latest.
Roughly 10 documents marked classified were found inside this former office of President Biden right across from the U.S. Capitol. Sources told CBS News the Justice Department launched a review into the matter after the president's personal lawyers found a small number of documents with classified markings in a locked closet, according to a White House lawyer. The documents were discovered early November while the attorneys were packing up the office. The White House counsel's office says the documents were not the subject of any previous request by the archives and that it immediately reported the discovery to the National Archives, which took possession of the documents the following day. Attorney General Merrick Garland assigned a Trump-appointed U.S. attorney in Chicago, John Lausch, to review the matter. According to a source, the documents did not contain nuclear secrets, but their exact nature and classification level are unclear.
Republican lawmakers who now control the House of Representatives want to know why the discovery, which happened in early November, wasn't made public before the midterm elections.
When national organizations are aware of this and they hold it before an election, it looks political.
The classified documents in Mr. Biden's former office were discovered about 3 months after the FBI executed a search warrant at former President Trump's Florida home and office. Trump had refused to comply with repeated requests to return the material.
It's completely different from the Mar-a-Lago case, which tends, based on reporting, to indicate there was intentionally activity to take those documents.
But Monday night in a post, Trump asked, when is the FBI going to raid the many homes of Joe Biden, perhaps even the White House? The FBI is also involved in the preliminary inquiry into the Biden documents. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Well, Prince Harry's new memoir is officially on sale around the world. Many readers in his native Britain lined up at midnight to buy the book called Spare, which is a blistering indictment of the royal family. The Duke of Sussex describes his family as, quote, very large, very ancient, and very dysfunctional, end quote. Harry says his father, King Charles, had trouble listening and claims he didn't even hug him when his mother, Princess Diana, was killed in a car crash. His brother, Prince William, is portrayed as angry and even violent during an alleged argument about Harry's wife, Meghan. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, an old map believed to mark the spot where German soldiers hid diamonds, rubies, silver, and gold sparks huge interest among treasure hunters in the Netherlands. And later, we're making cheesy baked chicken in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Few things spark the imagination like a good old treasure hunt, and a big one is underway overseas. Officials in the Netherlands have published an old map believed to reveal where German soldiers hid millions in riches looted during World War II. CBS's Tina Kraus takes us there for the story.
If X marks the spot, that sound means treasure hunter Jan Hinsen could be getting closer. He says, I'm quite tickled. I've been searching this area for 30 years and have found some nice Roman objects, but I never knew Nazi treasure was buried here. The Dutch National Archive revealed the news, posting a treasure map online that was kept hidden for 75 years under the Official Secrets Act. This archives official says the red crosses show where 4 boxes of treasure are buried. Millions of dollars worth of treasure. She says there are brooches, necklaces, silver and gold coins, rubies, diamonds, lots of valuables. Modern-day explorers are descending on the Dutch town, which was on the front line in World War II, hoping to uncover the booty German soldiers looted after a bank explosion in 1944. The town's mayor says it's all pretty fascinating, but he's a bit afraid. I just don't want people to start digging haphazardly, he says, or it will get out of hand. Hinsen is still on the hunt. He says, I think it's buried here, and I'm not the only one because I already see some big holes in the ground. More clues in a race for riches that may never be won.
Well, Dutch officials got the map from a German soldier shortly after World War II and tried twice to find the treasure in 1947, but came up empty. Still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
If coming up with new ways to make chicken week after week is challenging for you, then we've got an idea that'll make you a kitchen hero.
But first, we are nice and mild today, but cooler weather is on the way. We'll break it all down coming up. Well, I've got another mild day for us across the 4 states today. As if yesterday wasn't nice enough, well, Mother Nature said, you know what, let's go ahead and do it a second time, shall we? However, we do have a few more clouds starting to creep in on us. As you can see, it's 7th and Range Line. Some of those clouds off in the distance, moving on in. Right now, though, still plenty of sunshine out there. MoDOT camera at I-44 and Range Line doesn't look, to the sky, but looking at the ground, still plenty of sunshine, good shadows out there as the sun traverses the sky today. Right now, though, Joppa, we are 58, feeling like 58 with a south breeze at 6. No gusts to talk about. Today, it's a much calmer day, and it is just, it is a March day in the beginning of January here. It's a little unusual. And you take a look at temperatures across the region. We've got this southerly breeze. So we got 51 Iola, Fort Scott, 54 Neodesha, Yates Center, Parsons, and Chitopa, 56 Miami, 59 Neosho, 60 Anderson, and up to 61 right now in Grove. So an absolutely beautiful day unfolding, and we've still got a few degrees to go. We're still looking at a high of about 66 today. Should be 65 by 2, 59 by 5, and only down to 52 by 8 o'clock. But again, the clouds will continue to increase as the evening progresses, and the winds will increase a little bit this evening in terms of the gusts. The actual breezes, though, not too bad. If you're planning an evening out, we've got good temperatures, mostly cloudy skies, but as you can see, we do not cool down quickly. By 11 o'clock, we're still at 49 degrees. At 11 p.m. in January, so still well above average. We showed you earlier, our average high is about 44 degrees. And our low tonight is a degree above our average high. We'll have the clouds decrease, increase, and decrease a little bit as we go through the night. Again, a slow drop back down to 45 by sunrise. And the winds, though, we'll have some brief gusty winds this evening. So this is late tonight. We could see a few areas with wind gusts pushing 20, 25 miles an hour. As you can see, it's not super widespread across the area. Through most of Wednesday, we're not too bad. Wednesday calm, a little further to the south, maybe some gusty breezes. But take a look at all this wind off to the northwest. That's going to make its way in with this weak cold front that's coming through. And that weak cold front may bring us a stray shower or two across the area, but the biggest thing it's going to do is, one, kick our winds up to gusting from 30 to possibly 40 miles an hour. 2, switches that wind out of the north, and 3, that means it's going to bring a significant temperature change, at least compared to what we've seen. We go through Thursday, still late in the evening, still got some gusts out there upwards of 20 miles an hour. It won't be until Friday afternoon and evening when the winds will finally start to calm down across the area. So as we head into tomorrow, we've been talking about this chance for some stray showers, and in all honesty, on the future track now, it's a pretty limited shot, and it's going to stay confined to our northern counties if we see much out of this at, if anything at all. But then behind it, the winds shift and the temperatures will change with that as well. In fact, we don't do a lot of warming over the next couple of days after tomorrow. And then we head into Monday of next week. This is 1:30. That's our next good chance of some showers and maybe even a rumble of thunder or two across the area. So we're up to 60 tomorrow before that system comes on through. And then this is what I'm saying. It's going to feel really cold. And of course, you factor in the wind on Thursday, it's going to feel even colder. But we get knocked down to normal, which means our nights go down to normal, so that's pretty chilly as well. But then we head into the weekend and take a look ahead. Temperatures rebound quickly. We're back up to 61 by next Monday with those incoming rain chances. So really not bad. And again, I know Thursday and Friday are going to feel frigid compared to what we have been seeing the last couple of days. But that's actually normal. That's where we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be in the 40s for highs and down there in the 20s for lows. That's the closest to normal we're going to get for the next few days.
Well, I like it above normal.
Honestly, I do too. This is certainly not bad. Not bad at all. And on a day like today where the wind is light, that's a perfect day to get out.
Yeah. If we could just have it, in the 60s for the rest of the month, that would be great.
I'll see what I can do. I make no guarantees, but I'll see what I can do for you.
All right. Thanks, Chris. We take this time to honor today's 4-state hero, Construction Mechanic Chief Buddy Andrews in the U.S. Navy. The Columbus, Kansas native served aboard the USS Holmes County. with the 15th Battalion from 1960 to 1966. Andrews earned a number of honors, among them the Naval Reserve Meritorious Medal and the Navy Expert Rifleman Badge. To Buddy Andrews, we thank you, our 4-state hero. Tired of serving chicken breasts the same old way every time? If so, you're gonna love today's recipe. Howard shows us how to make cheesy baked chicken in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
I think it's common for many of us to get stumped when it comes to finding new ways to cook chicken. So to change things up a bit, we're making a super easy and cheddar cheesy chicken that I think you're gonna love. In fact, it's so good, I'm betting it'll become one of your new weeknight favorites. What do you say we get started? We begin by making a cracker crumb coating by combining crushed cheese crackers with sesame seeds, fresh chopped parsley, and a little salt and pepper. The cheese crackers are our secret ingredient, which gives this dish its big cheddar taste. Now, after trimming some chicken breasts, we dip them in melted butter and then into the cheesy crumb mixture. These go onto a baking sheet and into the oven until the chicken is cooked through and the coating is nice and crisp. This may sound basic, but the taste is out of this world. And don't plan on having any leftovers, because when you serve this crunchy, cheesy chicken as is, or with some honey mustard dressing for dipping, they're gonna gobble them up. To get the recipe for our cheesy baked chicken, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a secret cheesy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Who doesn't love cheese? You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
Still heading for a high of 66 today, 20 degrees above normal, a low of 45, which is still another 20 some odd degrees above normal. 60 tomorrow, maybe some evening showers and storms in our northern counties, and then we get normal Thursday and Friday before the warm weather returns heading into next week.
What do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, at 5, a new study highlights how important it is to keep cannabis edibles out of the hands of children. 2017 revealed 200 cases of accidental ingestions, but that number jumped to 3,000 in 2021. We're going to have more on that story for you in Health Watch. Plus, credit card debt is on the rise. At the same time, credit card interest rates are at or near record, approaching 20%. We're going to look at ways you can keep that payment down. And the price of eggs jumped 49% in the past year, as many people are turning to local backyard producers to cut costs. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's coming up on KOAM News at 5.
All right, thank you, Dow. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.